You're listening to DraftKings Network.
This is the Dan Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
I probably need to apologize to the Florida Panthers here for doing yet another Heat segment when something fairly significant happened this week. Certainly the first time this has happened in my lifetime, and the first time it's happened in the history of Florida Panthers hockey. They are now the betting favorite to win the Stanley Cup.
That's awesome.
That's crazy. That's nuts. The betting favorite, and if you look at how it is that they've been playing, they've basically been what the Celtics have been in the NBA. They've been pretty damn overwhelming.
They've won 5 straight, I think 9 of 10, but last night was a big victory.
Huge.
Beating the Rangers on the road, and the Rangers are really good. It's playoff time.
I think this is the first time since 2015, this deep into a season, you have 6 teams basically trading number 1 spot for the President's Trophy, which you may or may not want.
I don't want it.
because there is a perceived curse with it, but here's what you know, and it's that the Panthers, whenever they match up against a creme de la creme, they force the other team to play their game. And that's what happened in Madison Square Garden, another clash of original 7 teams. Florida wins the first time at Madison Square Garden since 2019. You can barely score 2 goals against this team. They have an identity. They're on an absolute rampage right now, courtesy of Defector Media. Wrote a piece on what the Panthers are doing, and trade deadlines on Friday, and these Panthers may be buyers. And you may get
Duclair?
You may get a really skilled player to go into that maybe second line, move Cousins down. That's a talk right now. If they don't add and their competitors add, you may have to make a move. But they are playing as well as they ever have in this franchise's history. They made quite possibly the greatest trade in the history of the sport in acquiring Matthew Tkachuk and trading away Jonathan Huberdeau, who's had an historic decline year over year.
This is the best team in this market since the Big 3.
Oh, boy.
There, I said it.
Yeah, they are title favorites, as Dan mentioned, and if you like winning titles and you like how that feels, get behind this team. And they also play a brand of hockey that gets under the skin of the opponent and the opponent's fans. They're a perennial power now.
Barkov with the assist of the year last year.
What a play! The hand-eye coordination from Barkey there was unreal. And Sam Reinhart, he's going to score 50 goals. He's going to be only the second player in the history of the franchise to get to that mark. Pavel Bure had 2 absurd seasons of 59 and 58 goals, respectively. The pairings on the lines that Paul Maurice found out, to have Reinhart with Barkey and to have Sam Bennett with Chucky, they've really unlocked something that no other team can find a way to stop. And Brandon Montour is coming online now, finding his form. This team has been incredible. And one of the storylines that we've just totally gotten away from, and I hope it doesn't pop up, is you trust Bob.
Do you?
You trust Bob.
Do you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Where's Spencer?
You do.
What a great year.
Okay.
And the second goalie has like a 2.05
Stoli the goalie.
goals against average.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It is fairly wonderful that if you do miss what the Heat were 2010 through 2014, the feeling of all of that, it is one thing to be the team with the best record in the sport. It is another thing to be the team with the best record in the sport who plays a style of hockey annoying to all others that is going to be hated when it gets to the playoffs. It's going to feel like other people don't like your team because they don't like your team. And that's a lot of fun when you have what's the best team. It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
If you lose and everyone is rooting for you to lose. But this is now an unpopular team as well throughout the league because of the style that they play. Stugotz, that has been a style of play that we have lamented. God, every time Pavel Bure ended up in the playoffs playing against that style, he would lose. And I'm like, oh my God, the most aesthetically pleasing thing in the sport is now eliminated because you've got an annoying style of play that smothers and suffocates and is the New Jersey Devil.
Speaking of annoying, can we put up this video I see here in preview of just the worst human in New York in a child small sweater? Just witty. He lives in New York now. He's singing along.
He's a Ranger fan now. He was anti-Tkachuk. He was.
So
I still love him. He's still adorable.
Betrayal.
No, this is awful.
No,
really
it's not.
annoying
It's
video.
Witty. I mean,
and there is no getting him back. I said, Witty, we'll welcome you back. You got the Kachuk Huberdeau thing wrong. He was really hurt that they traded away Jonathan Huberdeau. Like, this was a franchise that had hurt him repeatedly. It was a bizarre thing that he's doing with Jonathan Huberdeau. and he's like, that's it. I'm done with this franchise. And then they've played the best hockey since they were ever created.
And you're saying it's the best trade in the history of hockey as well.
my God.
They betrayed him. He hates Matthew Tkachuk. I don't understand what's happening there. I liked Witty the Panther fan. I want to celebrate these great moments with him, and he's just taken to being a second-rate troll.
Mike is right about that trade because I believe that year they won the President's Cup. They lost in the second round of the playoffs, and then they made that trade. A lot of teams would have just, run it back, and they went out and got a better player. They upgraded. I actually questioned that trade at the time.
A lot of people did. Huberdeau meant something. This is a franchise without much history, but Huberdeau did represent a great deal of history, but they got better. Irrefutably, and you could say, hey, I got that one wrong, and root for your hometown team. He just hates Matthew Tkachuk. He hates the franchise because they betrayed him once. He's just a bad fan.
This video is gross. I've never been more disgusted to be off-brand Witty.
And Kachuk, by the way, I was criticizing him early in the season because I think he had like 2 goals the first month of the season.
A lot of people who weren't watching the games were doing that.
I was watching the games and also keeping track of the goals. And compared to last year, it was a big fall off goal scoring wise. Since then, he has been great.
Yeah, he's been fantastic.
He's been great.
And this is now a national topic because they're the best team in the sport right now. But if you're not paying attention to regular season hockey, may not be your thing. There are so many teams that have a great chance to win this Stanley Cup this year. There's a lot of skilled hockey being played, a lot of superstars that are emerging. What Austin Matthews is doing is pretty ridiculous. Connor McDavid is arguably the best athlete in men's sports right now.
They're the second betting favorite, are they not?
They're on a tear, but you're going to wonder if Edmonton's going to Edmonton. You have Vancouver back. You have 3 teams north of the border that feel like they've got a shot, and it's always better for that sport when Canada has a shot.
And to your point, Mike, the last time I looked at the odds for MVP, Reinhart, who's second in the league in goals, is 10th favorite. for MVP.
Rhino presently leads the league in power play goals and shorthanded goals. He almost got a shorthanded goal yesterday. He'd be the first player in the NHL to do that since Mario Lemieux. Sam Reinhart is entering elite company right now. They got to re-sign him, but masterful job by Zito to maneuver this roster to still be in the conversation as buyers too, given their cap situation, given the contract situation of Sam Reinhart is impressive. If they add to this team a little scoring punch on some of those checking lines down below, you got a team that is firmly locked in as a favorite.
There are some expectations now, right? Because of the last 3 years.
Yeah, keep in mind.
Cup 2 years ago, Cup last year. You have to win one now.
People
right?
forget they backed into the playoffs. They were an 8 seed. They needed a result in a Pittsburgh Penguins game to break their way. It got drowned out because simultaneously, for the first time in history, you had 2 local teams in the championship at the same time. And they were Cinderella darlings that made it as 8 seeds.
Chris Cote, play for me the Stat of the Day music, please.
Start of the day, start of the day. It is the start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is the start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is the start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is the start of the day.
I have not checked in with the last 4 games of Atlanta Hawks basketball. I'm going to assume that they have gone 2-2 in the last 4 games. But before that, in their previous 1,500 games, the Atlanta Hawks were 750 and 750.
They indeed are 2-2 in their last 4 games.
I'm going.
That's what they do.
I assume as much. They are always thoroughly mediocre. To Mike's point on what contending windows are and how hard it is to rejuvenate your roster again and again over many years. If you're the lucky Miami Heat, or if you're the lucky Pat Riley, and you get to the finals with the New York Knicks and the Lakers and the Miami Heat, the Hawks for the last 1,500 games. Let me think of how many seasons that is for a second. I'm going to have trouble with this math.
1,500 divided by 82. You want a phone? You want a calculator? What do you need here?
It's a lot of games.
18.3.
Okay, basically
I'm surprised they've been that good.
Are you?
I am too.
Yes.
I thought they would have had a losing record.
Well, they had that one year that Budenholzer won Coach of the Year.
Oh,
And they
that's
won
right.
61 games that skewed everything.
Evens it out,
Did you just think they were winning one time and losing one time?
Yes.
That's the way you did the math.
Joe
on that?
Johnson years.
Kyle Korver.
Kyle Korver.
That's right. Kyle
Jeff
Korver.
Teague.
Kyle Korver was on that team. That is correct. Are you guys at all interested in a remake of Naked Gun that instead of Leslie Nielsen features Liam Neeson
What?
from Taken? Because it's happening.
Wow. They just tried to get another actor with a similar name. Like how
That's
did
why
they-
Dan was
That's why I
approaching
was.
that.
That's
like,
why
speed
I did.
bumps.
I was very scared of all of that. I
Yeah.
was. Now, those are two very different actors, though. If you're not familiar with Leslie Nielsen, I believe one of the things he was famous for is that he always had a whoopee cushion around him. And while Liam
Are
Neeson,
people familiar with a whoopee cushion?
put it on the poll, please, at Le Batard Show. Do you know what a whoopee cushion is? Maybe not. I got to feel that the whoopee cushion business probably isn't doing very well.
I used to own whoopee cushions. I loved it.
Plural?
Company?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was like a red bladder.
You didn't make it sound like you were the CEO of whoopee cushions,
No, I didn't mean that.
a company that sold whoopee cushions.
Oh. I wonder if Whoopi Goldberg has ever sat on a whoopee cushion. That would interest
This is
me
the
to know.
Tourette's he has. It just he hears a word and then it's the first thought. It's I had a hammer. It's the way
I
corn.
had a hammer. But
right.
I used to have a Beatle wig, Beatle shoes. I mean, when you get to be my age, you've had a whoopee cushion in your life. Trust me.
What is a beetle wig?
From the Beatles, you
Yeah.
know, the famous Beatle
yeah.
Bop.
They're a band.
Yeah, little Paul McCartney.
Little known band out of Liverpool. Scrappy.
Beatle wig from Liverpool. Yeah. I wish I still
we're
had
the
that.
Beatles.
That's not bad.
It was still such a small wig. I'm surprised it barely fit on my. Luckily, I have a small head.
What does that have to do with a whoopee cushion?
I know. I got sidetracked. You derailed me.
I did that.
Yeah, go back to your story.
Eating better is easy with Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals. Every fresh, never frozen meal is chef-crafted, dietitian approved, and ready to go in just 2 minutes. You'll have over 35 different options to choose from every single week, including Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, my favorite, and Keto, which is actually really good. I did a week of Keto. It's excellent. Also, there are more than 60 add-ons to help you stay fueled up and feeling good all day long. What are you guys waiting for? Get started today and get after your goals. Get pancakes, smoothies, and more. Discover a wide variety of easy options for the entire day, like breakfast, midday bites, and more. Flexible for your schedule. Get as much or as little as you need by choosing your meals every week. Plus, you can pause or reschedule your deliveries at any time. I did a month of delivery straight, and then I was going out for a vacation, paused it, picked it right back up when I got back. It's super easy. Sign up and save. Factor is less expensive than takeout, and every meal is dietitian approved. Head to factormeals.com/Dan50 and use code Dan50 to get 50% off. That's code Dan50 at factormeals.com/Dan50 to get 50% off.
Don Le Batard.
Shane Battier's gone and Dwayne Wade goes. I'm not sure what's going on with the culture.
Sinking ship.
Stugotz.
They realize Spo's never leaving. You know, I feel like what's his name had a
Exactly. Keep going. Just keep.
Good. No.
Fight through it.
No, let's just end the segment right
Fizdale.
there.
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Crazy. I love Reinhardt's. No. He goes, this fucking guy, what the was that? Look, like, if this one goes back to Reinhardt, like. And then Lombard with the winner. Well, Lombard got a little lucky on that one, but
take those long shots.
they They're going to rotate the clip. I think this is the one where it goes into Reinhardt. And he has a great reaction. This fucking guy. Yeah, this fucking guy after that feed. Real cool. I keep thinking that they're going to trip up against these good teams, and they're a fucking machine, man.
It's Bob that being as good as he's been.
Yeah, but the defense is really helping them out, too.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they're not getting clean
Which
looks.
is shocking.
The full team right now. That's
Yeah,
why.
they're amazing.
I think one of my favorite moments of the last few weeks has been when they were playing Buffalo, and a bit of a grinding effort. Buffalo was trying for 2.5 minutes to get their goalie off the ice, and they couldn't because the forecheck was such.
Even the Rangers last night.
Yeah, they kept turning
couldn't get their goalie off till like a minute 10 left.
No, they kept turning it over at center ice because this forecheck is just insane. Ah, man, I love watching them play. I could watch that forever.
We're good on your count, Dan.
We have been watching it forever. We've been running on all of that you guys were saying. We need to put subtitles, actually, because I read the other day that millennials and Gen Z, they watch all television with subtitles, that is one of the many shifts in the way that things are consumed. I think we need to put up on the screen a teammate saying, this fucking guy, when talking about a teammate because of how absurd that play was. You don't have a guy doing that with the puck and his stick as he's moving to. I mean, I don't know who the defender was there, but clearly he wasn't expecting that. Why? Because nobody does that. That's not a thing that happens.
I think that's Miller. If that's Miller, he's a really good defender, had good playoff moments for them. Yeah, he uses it as a move. He dekes around the defender with the puck in the air because he taps it to himself as a means to work the defender and get a perfect pass over to Sam Reinhart, who's always going to put that one away, who reacts like this bleeping guy because he can't believe what he just saw. And then Barkey was interviewed afterwards and was so dry and business as usual about it. That's a killer move. That might be an all-time play. When you raise number 16 up to the rafters, that might be the play for him.
I always associate Bill Lindsay with the sliding on your face on the ice after doing something, but that could replace it. I thought of you yesterday.
Oh, this is bigger than Bobby Orr, no doubt.
I thought of you yesterday, Billy, when Arch Manning opted out of EA Sports.
Now's my time.
Opportunity.
Arch Manning, descended from the royal Manning family, is going to take over all Texas things as Texas goes to the SEC. Sarkisian is making crazy money. He got, because Nick Saban retired, Sarkisian now gets the country club, the private jet, the cars, and $10 million a year, and the quarterback that everyone in the sport wants, but he says he wants to concentrate on football and is not going to lend his name and likeness to EA Sports. I don't know how that would be a distraction to Arch Manning.
Does he think he has to do coding for himself? Like, I don't understand. Like, you don't have to input your own features.
I'm not going to do a face scan. Yeah, the reason is he's focusing on the field this year as a backup quarterback because he was just coming back there. This may be a hot take, but it's all just negotiation posturing. He doesn't want to set himself at a price because if you've noticed, and I believe 87% of eligible athletes have already opted in. There's actually a pretty good deal, especially when you take into the O'Bannon settlement, which basically said their value was a couple $100 a year. They got paid $1,000 for 10 years. So that comes out to $100 a year. They've gone up to $600 plus a copy of the game. If you've noticed in what is FBS, a lot of starting quarterbacks have announced on social media that they are in the game, so they are getting a couple of extra dollars to promote this game at the star position, and I think this is all leveraging from Arch Manning.
But Billy wants in.
Yeah, I want in. I don't know if you heard yesterday, Mike. I want to be a scab player for the players who are opting out. And it was only a matter of time, and Arch has fallen into my trap.
He wants to be Jon Dowd for MVP baseball.
No, I want to be Billy Gil for
but I'm just saying,
the Texas Longhorns at the moment, but I'm also available for other teams should that be a situation. And guess what? I don't care if I have to sit back a year. You know what I mean? If I'm going to be the backup at Texas, I'm fine being the backup at Texas knowing that my time will come next season. So EA Sports, if you're listening, and I'm just going to say this right now. I'm volunteering again. And this is one of the last times I'm going to friendly volunteer before I have to start.
Is that a threat?
Being slightly more aggressive.
It sounds like a threat, but it's a friendly volunteer.
It's a friendly volunteer to help you out. You don't have to pay me the $600 you're going to pay Arch. Settle for 4 or 5. We can discuss. We'll figure this out.
Very
but
nice of you.
Right now,
good deal.
you need someone to be filling the role of Arch Manning, and I'm down for that to be Billy Gil. Let's talk. I'm here to help out EA Sports as much as I can within reason. Now, again, I offered yesterday. I'm offering again today. This might be one of my last friendly offers before we have to start playing hardball.
So Billy Gil becomes the college football version of Jon Dowd. Yep. Jon Dowd, a legend of the game, a Titan, lives forever. If Billy Gil is in the conversation with Jon Dowd, you are a made man forever.
Because Barry Bonds refused to be in these games. So Jon Dowd was the person playing left field for the Giants, and he's the best video game baseball player in history.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Pablo Sanchez would like a word.
Number 16, Texas. Could be me.
Are you okay?
Hook 'em.
Are you okay being Billy Scab, being called Billy Scab?
No, I'd be Billy Gil. I'm giving my image and likeness for a rate, but I'll be there. I'll be in Texas, Austin.
Oh, you're charging for this?
No, well, we'll see. We'll talk, but
his rate is $100 less than Arch Manning.
For now, we can look. Everything can look. Life's a negotiation,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Mike said that 13% of athletes are not in the game. Like, I get Arch doing this
so far,
but hey, guy that I've never heard of, go in the game. Like, what are you like, Arch Manning? And I know that name. Like, this kind of makes sense, but there's got to be in that 13% people that I'm like, hey, you, buddy, go in the game.
Don Batard.
I always trip out when guys say, man, offensive tackle, man, the hardest play offensive. I said, please, man, your job, you a fat 300-pounder. All you have to do is stay in front of another fat 300-pounder for 3 seconds. For 3 seconds. One fat 300, other fat 300, stay in front of for 3 seconds. mean.
Stugotz.
I got to go out here. I got to fight a dude to come off the line of scrimmage just to get into my route, go run a route, fake another dude out, go turn, catch a ball that's being projected down the field fast, flying somewhere between heaven and earth, snatch it out the air, mid-air, come down, put my foot on the ground, all while somebody trying to take my head off, and I don't get a cheer till I get in the end zone. I'm like, please. Come on, man. Let's be real.
This is the Dan Lebatar Show with the Stugotz.
Did you see Julius Randle's stat line? Did you see Julius Randle's stat line last night? Did you see what Quentin Grimes did?
Who you being there, Taylor?
Taylor has. I have this Taylor impression where he just like eases into your peripheral vision, just goes up, puts 2 fingers on the desk. Did you see Colin Cowherd's top 10 draft bust list? Did you see that? Did you see Carolina got Shane McMahon's son?
Did you see Jalen Brunson scored 38 last night?
Somebody wrote in, why are people still obsessed with Russell Wilson not being real? He tries too hard. We get it. None of you are cool except Juju, Taylor, and that dude who makes the country songs from his closet. Give it a rest.
Hey, happy birthday, John Reed.
Oh, happy birthday to John Reed.
Happy birthday to him. I don't care. Good luck.
Inventor of the selfie stick, we all found out.
He is cool, right?
Fair criticism from that member of the audience. None of us are really cool.
I disagree.
Pablo being the cool police is pretty funny. Pablo Torre. I have a number of things that I want to get to today, Met or Jet. We've got some Jake Tapper sound to play for you. And also, and this is how I spent my break, because this was kind of amazing to watch happen at the same time. One, Stugotz was looking up whoopee cushion sales. And what did you discover, Stugotz?
What I discovered is you can access the whoopee cushion on an app. There's an app for a whoopee cushion, and I have found it, and I love it. I mean...
So it's just a fart button.
Excuse me.
I could send you a fart. I can make it rain farts. I'm going to make it rain right now. Oh, this is
Maybe
great.
turn the volume up.
I will in a second.
You don't know how to turn the volume up on your
There's
on your
volume
phone?
on these things?
It's not working. We don't hear any of what you're doing. The joke isn't working because we can't hear the whoopee cushion app. That's Greg
That was
Cote.
louder, but now closer to the
Hey,
mic.
Siri,
Greg Cote.
raise volume.
That was Greg
Oh,
Cote.
that was you.
That was not the app.
You know the sound comes out of the bottom, I think.
This is making it rain farts. I could send you a fart. Mike, I'm going to send you a fart right now.
I'm sorry.
Then I clicked on more farts. There are 19 fart options. I clicked on more farts because who doesn't love more farts? You have to pay for those. There's a premium.
How much?
I don't know.
Stugotz, do me a favor. Go sit in the penalty box for a couple of minutes.
What do you mean?
Just go sit with your
I'm
farts.
activating premium.
Go sit in your farts. Just get out of here. And because if you're going to do that, do it correctly. You don't know how to use your phone. You don't know how to use the
Is
app.
that a premium for it?
No, that's not a premium fart. Hold on. That is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that a pay app? Or
Coins
is that free?
fell out after that fart? What was
Yeah,
that?
it went to a Monopoly app. It was weird.
We will play Met or Jet with Stugotz because we've been all alarmed at how little he knows about his own sports teams. But before we do that, and before we play the Jake Tapper sound, I just learned during the break a team of investigators and surveillance has discovered something that we've been trying to figure out around here for I don't know if it's weeks or months, but we have caught the culprit who goes to the bathroom and leaves the toilet seat up every single time.
Operation Broken Arrow. It's been a surveillance system that is also slightly an invasion of your privacy, but we have been collecting data trying to find out the culprits that have been leaving the toilet seat up. And
because we have both genders use a couple of bathrooms that we have here, and it has been consistently rude around here, and we've been trying to catch who it is.
it is a sophisticated surveillance system. We installed cameras all over these bathrooms, in and out, and we found our first culprit. And I'm really sad to report that it be the ones that you love the most sometimes. Wow. In that studio with you, Dan Batard, you have a culprit.
Wow. Okay. First of all, it sounds illegal to be putting cameras.
Yeah, I have some questions about cameras in the bathroom.
No one named names, Greg. Don't just.
Okay.
Don't say
Second of all,
You're already defensive. It was Greg Cote.
Okay. Sometimes I do leave the seat up. And I do it without apology.
Wow.
Okay?
What?
I have high respect for females. I married a woman. I love women.
Okay.
They're perfectly capable of putting the seat down.
Are you
They don't
shitting?
need. I'm not their manservant. They don't need me to do their work for them.
Oh my God!
Hey, ladies, put your seat down. Put the seat down if you don't want to.
Era. That is so bad.
In Greg's
really
defense,
bad.
it sounds like
Why?
you guys are saying they're incapable of doing it, which I feel like is not what you want to be saying.
They are perfectly capable,
Yes.
but you'll get your pee all over the seat.
No, I don't. I lift the seat up to pee.
Have you? No. Have you? Do you understand what they run into when the toilet seat is down? They can fall in the toilet or
Right.
get pee on their thighs.
Okay, I
It's-
don't pee on a toilet seat, is what I'm telling you.
If you're willing
Watch
to go
the tape.
that far, I don't
Okay,
think
when
that
I
you
go-
actually wipe it down.
Greg's a
Right.
sharpshooter.
I am, but I go, all right, here's what happens. I go in the can. I lift the seat to pee.
Put it on the
Okay.
poll, please, Juju. Do you ever refer to the toilet as the can at Le Batard
Yes,
Show?
all the time. I lift the toilet seat, I pee, I wash my hands of the whole situation, and I saunter out. And I assume that whoever is in there next, depending on whether they're oneing or twoing, is going to put the seat down for themselves.
This is a respect thing.
I respect women.
Yeah,
think so.
he's married to one. You just said it.
I don't think I need to. A woman is perfectly capable of deciding whether she wants the seat up or down.
Well, she wants it down.
This is common decency. This is known. This is not a surprise to anybody. The rule of thumb is that you put the seat down after you go.
Okay. I will admit, on occasion, my wife has admonished me about this.
How does
I
he
will
have
admit
access to a microphone in the penalty box? How is he able to do that from over there?
Better than from here.
Yeah, well,
which is
yeah.
odd.
Does he have help? He has help over there. Is that what's happening? All right.
That's great.
All right, just leave him over there. It'll be better than his contributions today.
That's
just
never
him,
not
just
funny.
leave him over
That's
there.
just so
I didn't
great.
expect you to just be totally shameless about this.
Well-
that you think everyone else has it wrong.
Here's the thing. Okay, and I would liken this to not returning the shopping cart to the corral
This
in
is
the
a day-
grocery
you don't wanna
store
do this.
parking lot. Okay,
What are you doing? Where are you headed with this?
I don't always return the cart.
Oh no.
Okay, but that is far more inconvenient than just putting a seat down. They are not. This is not a great comparison. All you have to do is put the seat down when you're done.
Okay, on the scale of crime activity,
Yeah.
this is so far beneath the level of the mildest misdemeanor.
But we've asked
It's
you.
not even worth.
You've denied it.
We've asked you to be considerate.
No, I haven't denied it. I'm honest. I admitted it's me.
Yeah.
I don't always put the
Once
foot
you were
down.
caught.
You're honest this time.
Just
once you were caught.
Before you
We've
press
been
too much
asking.
further, remember, he's married to a woman.
Thank you. Now, occasionally, if I think of it, maybe I will put the seat down.
Yeah,
If I
maybe.
don't
You
think
should
of it,
think of it.
it's not a felonious act by me.
This is common courtesy.
Oh, come on.
It is a felonious act for us to be catching you with surveillance that you were not aware of.
Feature.
I'd like to see the surveillance video on that.
Would you?
Yeah.
Just you walking out of the toilet?
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Or the can, as you like to
Him
call
walking
it?
out of the toilet would be amazing.
Does Greg have a hammer?
Exactly. I wish I had a hammer right now.
It's pretty easy to do. It's
Yeah.
not asking much. In
And
fact, leaving it up at this point is open rebellion.
And you know what else is easy to do? For the woman to put the seat down.
Oh.
That's also what is extremely easy to do. And you know what? I have such high regard for women. I believe they're perfectly capable of doing that themselves.
It is. Okay, put it on the poll as
We
well.
framed it as hard to have a
Juju,
rebuttal for.
at Levitard Show.
Indescribably jerkish.
Do you have such high regard for women that you leave the toilet seat up because they could put it down themselves?
Put also, is it sexist for Dan and Mike to think women can't put down a toilet
Thank
seat?
you. This is Women's History Month.
Thank you.
Women invented
Feminism.
Women invented so many things that we don't even know about, and now
Please stop.
we say they can't be putting the thing. You know, a woman invented beer. Okay, so there's a lot of things women have bettered my life inventing, and they're perfectly capable of putting the seat down.
Caitlin Clark's game
Speaking of Women's Month, wow.
over the weekend did 3.4 million people. That was more than Warriors
Thank you.
Celtics. Thank you what? Who are you saying thank you to? Someone's talking to you. Who are you saying thank
A woman
you to?
invented the GPS system.
Siri.
Yeah. A woman invented the submarine telescope. There's so much that women invented.
I'm
that
still
we don't
checking
even know
beer,
about.
and I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, I'm seeing
look it up.
8,000 BC, the Sumerians.
Thank you.
An analyst.
not a
What
thank
do
you.
you want?
Well, there's
What are you
Sumerian
thinking?
women,
What are you
presumably.
talking about? What do you think?
You guys think
It's
there is
true.
no Sumerian women? I mean,
It's
geez.
In what now is Iraq.
Accurate,
used
actually.
to be.
Please stop.
That's the first accurate thing he said the entire segment.
What are you, who are you thanking? What are you doing? What are you doing?
People are corroborating
Yeah.
all the things women have invented. Windshield wipers. When you put your foot down. Okay, speaking of the bathroom. Okay, in the bathroom you have one of those things, the garbage cans that you press your foot and the lid automatically comes up. A woman invented that.
Do you know why?
Nobody respects women like I do.
It's because she didn't want to touch all of everything in the bathroom, which you're now forcing women to do.
No, I'm not forcing them to do anything.
Yes, you are by not putting the
By not putting
You
the
can
seat
do the old foot thing. You put your foot up there and knock the seat down with your foot.
Yeah.
Kevlar was invented by a woman.
Are you're just ignoring us? Like you don't want to
amazing.
change.
Okay,
Dan,
what if the next person in the can following me is another man? I'm saving him having to lift the lid.
It's an act of generosity, altruism by
It
you.
is. I don't know
Charity.
about altruism, but definitely generosity.
Are you winded from what you've done this segment? You sound winded. You're running out of breath. Are you? And you're claiming falsely that a woman invented beer.
No. Women invented beer. The Sumerians.
he got another ad. Dan, you were going down a path, and I
Central heating.
wanted to
Another thing
support you
women
there
invented.
on the Caitlin Clark front on Fox. College basketball broadcast. This is courtesy of Michael Mulvihill, who provides insight and analytics on Fox television ratings. Women's college basketball is now averaging a little bit bigger of an audience than men's college basketball on Fox. Women's college basketball is up 48% on Fox this season and up 60% across all networks.
It is so offensive that the segment that we talk about Caitlin Clark and all her success is surrounded by this garbage.
I believe I believe we have done a disservice to the entire gender the way that we have.
On behalf of all men, I apologize.
Don't apologize on my behalf.
I don't think he paid for premium.
Look at the smile on his face. Look at him. He is in the penalty box. And look at him. StugottsBook.com. Look at that fart-eating grin on his face.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.